So, I'd like to say something about The Lost Book of Enki by Zecharia Sitchin. And the last video was claimed to have been a copyright infringement or repetitive or something, but I'm trying to say different things in every one of my videos. That no two videos are just the same. New commentary and bringing up different translations of scripture. But there's been a lot of fight against independent media, so my question today is The Lost Book of Enki, Memoirs and Prophecies of an Extraterrestrial God, Zecharia Sitchin's Bible? Being written by one person, it's not really. But you can say it's a Bible because it's looking into sources and trying to compile what if Enki, son of Anu, actually dictated, just like Yahweh, a scripture. So, this here is said, instead of, Isaiah, it would be Ensu. Would it be Ensu? But anyways, there was dictated. Oh, En-Dub-Sar. So, the Lost Book of Jasher, the Book of Enoch, the Enuma Elish, thoughts about what the secret Book of Thoth was, various things that, various artifacts that give indication of ideas to kind of mix with the story. And there's some very common ideas that show up that, a story that's been told and retold, or, at least there's different versions of the same thing. The woman, the Sud, that Enlil raped and got to be called Ninlil, I think was the new name. But instead of the Virgin Mary being perpetually virginal, the Enlil in the Christian version of Yahweh, there's a lot of parallels between that. But the protest beforehand was, my vagina's little, it doesn't know intercourse. My lips are little, it doesn't know kissing. Step with even that, no. But, it's a figure of speech. But Akkadian, after Sumerian, and then Assyrian, there's a lot of interesting stuff that can be brought to the table. And the Bible continues, even as far as the book of Daniel and stuff. Even the New Testament sees the implication, but some of these beings that you see mentioned end up being, Nippur, being, well, why did humanity start at that time? But I remember as a kid the Joseph Smith stuff. That it turned out his translation is, you look at a bunch of pictures, right? And in these pictures, you're going to see stuff, and you can actually say, well, this is from here, and the text could have nothing to do with what you have to say. And back in the 1800s and the 1700s, people started saying stuff about the ancient aliens. Enki was seen to be, that it was going to become dominant. There's a difference between merely time and fate and destiny. Because destiny is, well, you're destined to live a certain amount of time. You're destined to have a certain amount of wealth. You're destined to be good or bad. And, I mean, come on. that you're destined to be at certain places, but there's choices involved in every one of those. So you can't say that. In closing, the meh, so some of the people imagining stories, trips to the moon and all this stuff. So some stuff in these could have been imagined by the ancients. Adamu or Adapa is Adam. And I forget who. Azura is sort of the biblical Enoch. And Daniel is somewhere here. And Adam is Abraham. But there are a lot of correlations in the language. And there's more details to some of these stories as time goes on. And so it's sort of a 432,000 year story that we are seeing here. And I am about to be forced to end this. But he's not necessarily claiming, hey, it's directly inspired to me. This is directly revealed to me from God or even some spirit. No, he's representing what some of this stuff may be. So look at that, because the book of yourself and the book of nature does give you answers. And the very